Hello, this is Jennifer from Paper This and That. This is the card that we will be creating today. I get to play today while my other half is out playing on his side-by-side, Can-Am. Okay, so I decided that I wanted to try this double stenciling technique. I am using a stencil that I hand cut from my Cricut machine. I don't have a lot of bought stencils, but I've got a Circut Explorer, I've got stencil material, and so I'm cutting some of my own. I've secured my cardstock and my stencil down to my craft mat, and I am going to use two colors. I'm using StazOn Timber Brown, and then I am also going to use close to my heart White Daisy inks. Okay, now the next thing I need to find out where I put all of my, here's some of them. Where did I put my new? Oh, they're right behind me. Okay. So, I'm going to take this one off. I might as well prepare this one. Get another one of these for the white. Now my stencil's not as big as my cardstock, but that's okay because I'm going to plan on cutting this down anyhow. So I'm going to start with my brown first. Only because the white takes longer to dry. I'm going to have to dry that with a heat gun. I'm not very good at stenciling. I wasn't going to record this because the last couple times I've tried recording videos, they didn't turn out right. And I deleted the videos and says, oh, that's not getting uploaded. But I knew I needed to do another video. I haven't done one in a while. This double stenciling technique I found on Stamp Nation. If you guys aren't members of Stamp Nation and you love stamping and learning new techniques and with card making, you've got to join Stamp Nation. I love it. I debated for a while. And I've watched other people's videos on YouTube, and they would mention Stamp Nation and Catherine Pooler. I've watched her videos that she has for public, and they are fantastic. And I finally, because I love Catherine Porter's videos, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and join because she puts videos up there on Stamp Nation that are not public. You can only see them if you're a member of Stamp Nation. And I thought, here we go. That's for me. I'm joining Stamp Nation. And I'm so glad I did. But anyhow, sorry about I put my hands in the way. Just trying to get my inks situated here. I was going to do black and white on the craft. But then I changed my mind and decided I think I want to do white and a brown on the craft. Okay, I'm going to lift my stencil up. Wow, I'm liking that. And what I did is to secure my cardstock to my craft mat, I used painter's tape and kind of doubled it up, and you know how you do that. You do that little circle thing like this, because I don't have any repositional adhesive. So I was kind of stuck with I gotta clean off my stencil here. I was kind of stuck with trying to do something else and see if that would work. And so far it has worked. I'm cleaning off my stencil because I'm going to be using white, and I don't want to contaminate my white with the brown. I want to get as much of this off as I can. What I should have done is I should have done the white first, probably. I got a package of baby wipes, but they're all dried up. But they work well instead of paper towels. Instead of going through a ton of paper towels, these dried out paper wipes work great when you put water on them. And see, I'm getting there. I think I pretty much have most of that brown up. It's going to be stained, that's for sure. Okay. So now what I want to do is reposition my dots. Okay, that's where they were originally. I'm going to slide this down a little bit. And we'll see how this turns out. Okay, now let's get my white out. This is a pigment ink. This is slower to dry. I'm just going to kind of dab it on. This one's going to be fun to clean. I can see this is probably going to be a go to the sink and wash this stencil. So after I get done stenciling this part, I will probably pause the video so I could go out to my kitchen and wash the stencil. Then come back and finish my card. I already have something in mind for this. I want some good coverage in those holes for the white. So I really want the white dots to pop. Okay. Let's take this stencil up and see what we have underneath. The great reveal. I don't even know what it's going to be like. Oh, pretty neat. That must be some water. But this is going to have to dry. but those little splatters can actually add something to the card. Okay, so we're going to let this dry and I will be back. Let me just kind of zoom in a little bit. So you could see that design. Okay, off camera I've gone ahead and cut my panel down and put it on a dark brown backing. Now what I'm going to do is, I forgot I need to zoom out a little bit. I've got my Misty, I've got a piece of dark brown cardstock, and I've got a happy birthday sentiment from upcoming Stampin' a Month for May. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to ink it up with my Versamark. Just have to make sure I get that back in the corner there. I was going to use clear embossing powder, but that's not what I want at all. I'm going to use white embossing powder. Okay, so let's go ahead and find my Versamark ink here. My ink pad. I want that very well inked. Now go ahead and close my Misty. Perfect. Put the Misty aside for a moment. Get my paper, my white embossing powder. Of course, I forgot to use the embossing buddy. Shame on me. And this is brand new white. There we go. I forgot to use my embossing buddy. So I don't get embossing powder where I don't want it. But too late now. Actually, I didn't get very much as far as strays are concerned anyhow, which is good. So go ahead and get this back in the jar. I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss this. Let my heat gun heat up for a moment. Okay. Man, does that pop. And I am going to go ahead and do a dovetail, like a banner cut. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm almost out of adhesive in my ATG. Hopefully there's enough to get this panel down. I'm going to have to change this. Definitely time to change it because it's at the end. I'll have enough to get this panel down, and that's it. Huh. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so go ahead and center this. And then I want to use foam adhesive tape to pop up the sentiment. Looks like in my next order I'm going to have to get foam tape. My next close to my hard order. I could probably use my SPC, my specialty product credit, and get some. Okay. We're going to pop that on there. Okay, so I felt that this card needed something else. So I got out my boat. I think I've zoomed in a little bit too far. There we go. I got out my handy dandy bow and all, and for you, all your crafters out here, I think this is one of the essential tools that you should have in your crafting tool essentials. And I made this bow and topped this card off with this bow. So this is my finished card, and I thank you for watching. I will have all product links listed on my blog, so go ahead and check it out. Thanks.